as someone that personally disagrees with everything most of these guys do that are, a bad boy Beaman in a sense, because I use his name a lot because I don't like him.
This is an untrustworthy, two-faced rat. Today, we're going to be talking about the biggest fanboy in the Call of Duty Warzone scene. This is about somebody who has always wanted to be accepted into the popular group, somebody who has found himself begging for acceptance into the top level content creator group in Call of Duty Warzone, but he's failed every time. Today's video is about who? That's right, blah blah. Blah blah, who is also known as Rara, found himself in a position where the views on his videos were dropping drastically. Putting out videos of his own gameplay in Call of Duty Warzone just didn't seem to hit those numbers that he so much desired. So he was in a position where he needed to find the next thing.
Stop cheating.
I'm not cheating though.
I can see it right there.
The next big thing that would bring in those viewers. He tried to reach out to me very early on in my Hacker Hunter days. The messages he sent to me asking to collab, asking to link up because he wanted to interview a cheater, and at that point in time I was completely against giving these cheaters a platform to explain why they decided to cheat, because in my mind there was only a select few reasons as to why these guys would cheat, and a select few reasons that they would falsely give to say why they did cheat. So it was very simple to me when Rara decided to reach out, keeping in mind at the time I had 5,000 subscribers and Rara had over 16,000 subscribers. He wanted to link up. He felt that what I was doing could have brought some attention to his channel maybe. What's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode of Our Streamers Cheaters. Today we've got a little bit of a treat, but the message to me didn't go well. I actually blanked him until he put the video out. There were reasons behind that, due to the fact that the person he wanted me to help him interview in the video had actually been involved in a large doxing of myself and all of my personal information. So that is why I ignored him at the time.
Tell me about yourself. What you stream over on Facebook? Tell me your name. Like, give me the situation. Update people who don't know you.
Well, I go by the name of Boricua Ridge Gaming on Facebook. I'm just a normal player like the rest of us, and I just decided to get tired of one day of just getting killed, man. Getting killed by hackers and stuff. But at the same time, I was curious.
He decided to then go on a rampage. It involved him actually putting out multiple videos where he personally insulted myself. He also put a video out comparing myself and my community to Hitler and the Nazis and the Holocaust and everything in between. This man was firing shots left, right and centre in hope that I would respond. So guess what? We ignored the poor bastard. He was somebody who wanted that attention and he didn't get it. However, that did not stop this man from posting video after video after video, to the point where he had around 16 videos in a 1 month period, all surrounding me. This is a guy who was trying to drum up the fact that we had a beef. He was posting nothing but misinformation when it came to my name, and in my opinion he was doing this in hopes that I would respond to try and correct him, to try and get the conversation going. So I just let this guy roll with all of his lies. Yes, a couple of people came to my comment section spouting the lies that he'd actually posted out, but again, every time they mentioned his name in the comment section, they were met with a response that said, who? Because honestly, at that point, his opinion did not matter to me, because he is and was a nobody. This is somebody who was begging for the attention. He did not deserve that attention, so I didn't give it to him. He even went as far as posting a diss track. And within this diss track, again, it was filled with misinformation, talking about me cheating in Blackout, talking about me stream sniping certain people. And again, even the diss track was filled with complete and utter bullshit, misinformation at its finest. But you can see that that's all he wanted to do, put out information, whether it be right or wrong, and hope that he got a response from myself. So I didn't give him it, at least not until I decided. When I decided the time was right, that's when I was going to allow him to have his say about what I do in front of my community. Along came the Triple B podcast, and at some point I knew he was going to be a guest on that podcast. Why? Because he's been expressing nothing but false information about me from the very beginning. even after trying to reach out and collaborate with me.
Hey, I mean, you know me, they know me, I don't know what else to say. You can call me who, you can call me blah blah, you can call me Rara, I'm here.
These were all actions of a man who was jealous, because he'd reached out to me when I was on a third of his subscriber count. But a month after he reached out to me, I shot up. I hit 30k subscribers in the space of a month, overtaking him by a long shot. That is what sparked all of this hate from one skinny 5'4" man. So we invited him on the podcast. It was the right time for me. It was the right time for my community to hear what bullshit this man had to say. And I allowed him to speak freely throughout that podcast. Why? Because I knew at some point in the future he would completely contradict what he'd said. I knew at some point in the future the information that he'd stated within that podcast would lead him into a trap. He would be caught out by his own words. He would have to eat those words himself, and there would be no way for him to discredit the arguing factor against him because it was his own words used against him. Now, I've seen other content creators such as Puddin using small snippets of that podcast within their videos to actually discredit things that Rara has since said, and that's great to see.
Recently on the Triple B podcast.
People have like this opinion that you will see one thing with one guy, and then when it comes to certain other streamers, you won't say what you're seeing.
And I know what you're gonna say. You know, do I think Biffle's cheating? I don't think he is.
I promise you.
And I'd hope that more people would actually see that there was many things within that podcast that could quite well be used against Rara. He is a man who would clearly say whatever is needed to be said at that moment in time to get his point across, or to benefit him in the way he wants to be benefited at that moment in time. As it's been proven more recently, he decided to go on a podcast with Hunter, Jake Lucky. And within that podcast, there are so many contradictions compared to the things he was saying within the podcast with me. If you go and cross-compare both of those, you'll see what I mean. Rara is the man who will say what he believes the person he's speaking to wants to hear. He is a two-faced liar. He will claim to be a man's friend, and then behind that man's back, claim to hate him.
Because I don't like him.
This is somebody who is only chasing one thing, and that is his own success, his own bag, and that is all Rara is interested in. He's been acting as though he's a part of the hacker hunter space for a while now. I've let it ride out long enough. Many people have called him out for this bullshit already, including Puddin, including Goon Squad, including It's Happer, and many people have been right in saying so. But I've been letting it ride out. I've been reporting the news on it on our Triple B Gaming News channel. And by the way, subscribe to that channel, it's linked in the description below if you want to stay up to date with your daily gaming news. But back to the story of Rara. He is somebody who found himself in the hacker hunter space for a very short period of time before completely trying to discredit everybody within that space. He tried to discredit Headband by scanning his PC and finding cheats. He tried to discredit Headband by stating that he's not as good of a player as him. He tried to discredit It's Happer by stating that Happer has cheated in the past. He tried to discredit me by stating I'm not good enough at the game. And he was doing all this within the same couple of days. He was causing himself a shitstorm, and that is exactly what hit him.
You know what I'm talking about, you fucking cockroach.
Nobody within the hacker hunter scene, not even the fan base, not even the followers of any of the other hacker hunters, really listen to anything that Rara says. They see him as a clown, a joke, a jester, somebody who is the muck on the bottom of their shoe. And why is that? Because he put himself in that position by trying to discredit all of the hacker hunters. Now, ask yourself this question. Why would somebody who wants to be one of these top level content creators so badly put himself into the hacker hunter scene and try and discredit the whole hacker hunter scene and claim himself to be the only credible hacker hunter? What benefit would he have from that? That's right. It seems as though many people are already thinking it. It looks like Rara has tried his best to put himself in a position where he can discredit all of the hacker hunters so that he can protect the large content creators in the Warzone scene. Now yes, there is some speculation within that, but if you take a look and read between the lines, that's exactly what it looks like. Rara is not very good at hiding a narrative whatsoever. Rara is somebody who believes himself to be somewhat of a suave guy, thinking that he's slid into this community without anybody noticing what in fact he is actually doing. Too many people have realised not many people in this community will listen to a word he has to say from this point forward. But remember this, he's also shown the ratty behaviour that he actually possesses. So do you think that any of these top level Warzone creators are going to even accept him into their circle? Even if he does claim to them that he will protect them no matter what, they're not going to believe him because he's shown how two-faced he actually is. He's shown what kind of a rat mentality he actually has.
Guys, there's gonna be a lot of hate on the video just because it's BadBoy Beaman fucking cocksuckers. He's got no idea what he's talking about. This guy is better than me, so he has to be hacking. That's BadBoy Beaman logic.
And it makes you wonder, why on earth everybody who gets close to Rara ends up parting ways? The most recent one was Expel. Somebody who had been with Rara side by side as a duo partner in the games they play for a very long period of time. Somebody who Rara claims to have classed as a friend, completely turned his back on Rara, moved away, started doing his own thing. Yes, there's been videos posted about this, claiming it to be one thing, claiming it to be another. Those videos got removed as Expel got dirt on Rara, and that's why Rara decided to remove his video. Or is it just a simple case that Rara and Expel parted ways because Expel realised what kind of person Rara was? Either way, it's very plain to see that Rara is a two-faced, no-good rat, and many of you guys out there will probably agree with that. And let's not forget the fact that Rara openly used a VPN for cheating in Call of Duty Warzone, whilst claiming it not to be cheating. He was a part of the normalisation of said cheating method. Let's not forget the fact that Rara also claimed to have been a stream sniper in the past, and claimed on a recent podcast that it was Spiros who he stream sniped at the time. And let's not also forget the fact that this is a man who used a cheating method he'd found to promote a controller that had built-in gyro abilities. So will Rara ever be classed as a hacker hunter? Certainly not in my eyes. Will he ever be accepted into that large group of content creators that he so desires? No. This is a man who has been shown to be untrustworthy. This is a man who has been shown to turn his back on people who he claimed to be friends with. This is an untrustworthy, two-faced rat, and he always will be, in my eyes. Guys, if you did enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications. If you want to support the channel further, hit the blue join button and become a member of the Triple B fam. But for those of you on iPhone, there's no blue join button, so hit the link in the description below. Thank you very much. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!
This guy is better than me, so he has to be hacking. That's BadBoy Beaman logic.